Before we actually start watching the video, let's have a look at something that I recorded today on the 5th of May, and I used my thermal camera. I must have the world's best thermal camera because I'm getting results that shouldn't really exist. The last time we looked at the moon through the thermal camera, I was getting 40 degrees. I'll leave the links to that in the description box down below, nice and simple for everybody to find. But it goes along with the pictures that we're looking at. Is there technology up in our sky hiding things? It's for you to decide. If you don't like what you're looking at, skip ahead 5 minutes, and then that's when the video actually starts. Look at this picture here. It's red, very red. It's just a normal, and yes, you can see the the geoengineering, the clouds in the sky. I'm really not too sure. I'm confused what to actually call them. It's something that is man-made to hide what's there in the skies. Many people will say, of course you're nuts, Nige. Yes, I'm absolutely nuts. I'm seeing stuff that I shouldn't be in the skies. It really shouldn't be there. Anyway, I just thought you might actually find that interesting. Thanks for taking the time to join me on my channel, Nige's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. It's 5th of May. It's 2035. And our sun is setting in that direction. If you look over there, you can see the curtain of darkness that runs across the horizon. As you can see there, that's to hide things in the sky. Up there, you can see that's our moon, and it's out. Yeah. Let's have a look at something. Let's have a look at the thermal camera, and let's see if we can get this working properly. So, let's get this focusing. Technology, don't you just love technology? We can see the sky there is -37. That is cold. If we get the moon in focus, or actually in those arrows, what temperature do we get? Oh. Let's zoom it in a little bit, make it a little bit easier for myself. And we go 4 times zoom. Don't forget what we're looking at is, well, they say 250,000 miles away. That object on that thermal camera don't half look like it's spinning. And if we get it in the crosshairs, that tells me come on, Nige, get it together, son. Oh look, the temperature on that, 250,000 miles away, yeah, 0. How can that actually register a temperature? That's what I've got to ask. Of course, I've shown this before. How is that at all possible? Anyway, you make your own minds up. That object seems like it's spinning. Of course it is. Technology in front of our moon. Just a very quick one. It's the 5th of May 2020. The time approximately is 9 o'clock, and as we can see in the sky there is our moon. It's starting to rise through the sky. Now we've got a thermal camera, and let's have a look at this. Let's see if we can get this all together. As you can see, it takes the temperature. That object we're looking at is 250,000 miles away, and if we look at the sky temperature, we can see it's -36. I'm sure it's much colder up there, but 250,000 miles away, so we're told. It's, if we get that in the crosshairs, what is the temperature of that object? Well, let's zoom it in, make life a little bit easier, and there you go. 3.8 times zoom, and as you can see, the temperature of those bushes just over there is, yeah, about 3 centigrade. So let's move this camera up here and let's get a reading of this thing that's 250,000 miles away. It seems to get warmer. Look at that, 2 degrees. That's normal. And on this thermal camera, it looks like it's spinning. Of course, there couldn't be technology in the sky in front of our moon, could there? Go and get a thermal camera, try it yourself, have a look to see what you can see. Of course, my thermal camera is just faulty, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Anyway, much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Thanks for taking the time to join me on my channel, Nigel's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. I'm actually testing a new mic out because the last mic was really good. It had a background noise and it was driving me absolutely insane. If it's doing that to me, it must be doing exactly the same to you. Hopefully this will be a little bit better. I was in the process of making another video and something popped up I need to show you, which I find quite important. It's just the way it is. So much going on in the world at this particular moment in time. What you can see in front of you is a tweet from the BBC UK. Double rainbow appears during Clap for Carers tribute. So what the BBC are actually doing is endorsing that it's okay to see 2 rainbows. No, it's not. One sun. You can't have 2 rainbows. That means there's 2 light sources, or there's a number of lenses in the sky, and that's why you get this effect. But just take note, the inside of that rainbow looks totally different to the outside of that rainbow. Look at the colour of those houses. At any rate, let's continue because this just gets stranger and stranger. And talking of lenses, let's have a look at something that I've caught. And what we're actually going to look at now is from the WREN network and is St. Clemente, I do believe, 2nd of May 2020. I'll leave the links to this in the description box down below and everything else that I'm talking about, so it's nice and simple for everybody to find. First thing you can see, that's what it strikes me. We've got a haze in the background just here. We've got this red and this curtain of darkness which is run all the way around the horizon to hide things. We've got our sun starting to rise, that's yellow. We've got our sun simulator starting to rise with the sun to hide things. How do we know it is the sun simulator? We've got this blue hue, that phosphorus look that we get off these lights. That is one way to tell. I mean, you've been driving down the road, you've looked at those big LED lights coming towards you, you get that blue glow, and we get to see it when we take pictures of the sun. Red spinning object just here, and let's play the video. It's flashing, that's normal, and all of a sudden everything starts to change. Red spinning object, yellow sun, white sun simulator. This object is not a planet. If it was that close in the sky, I think we would feel the effects of it. That is a lens system and they're trying to hide things in the sky. There is a complex system of lenses that have there, many people around the world showing pictures, videos of the same thing. It's not just a camera abnormality. Of course you can call it, yeah, it's a raindrop. Does it look like it's raining? And look at the redness in the background. It's just pollution. We're in the middle of a lockdown. How can there be pollution? They're telling us how clean everything is. They are still spraying our skies, even though you might not actually get to see it. We can see the I'll start again. We can see the reflection of what's going on here, down here, up here. Look at the rainbow effect. Look at them spraying. Oh, it's geoengineering. Look how it turns the sky into a mirror, you've got no chance of seeing anything at all. How do we know it's a lens? Just there, you can see two lines. Every time we get to see a lens, there are two lines. Like I said, many people around the world showing exactly the same thing, but these are all just faulty cameras. Should our sun look like this blue hue around the outside, we can see there's a lens system up there, and in come the geoengineering clouds. It reminds me of a great big poison gas chamber that they've used in the past. Oh, I'm very sorry about that. Slip of the tongue. I'm sure they wouldn't do that to us or lie to us, would they? Let's play Spot the Plane. Well, did you spot the plane? X marks the spot. £1 a go. Of course they would never lie to us now, would they? Let's get back into this. Let's get back into the madness. And you can see a picture here. It was taken the 4th of May 2020. The time on this was at 2:36. And as we can see, this picture is absolutely normal. Let's have a look at the properties, and I'll bring it into the window. Excuse the clicking, and we go down here and we can see that the exposure time is 32 seconds and all the information you need is there. I suppose the point I'm trying to make here is a 32-second exposure, and as you can see, there are no lines, there are no abnormalities. Apart from being out of focus, there is nothing wrong with this picture. Well, unless you count the sky, which looks alien. Let's continue with this madness. As you can see here, I made a video, 1.9 thousand views. 2 months ago, Jigsaw Sky, another faulty camera. And I suppose what we're just about to look at is a continuation from this video. What I've caught, I really haven't got an answer for. Is my camera actually faulty, or is there something in the sky that really shouldn't be there? Let me show you what I've actually caught. The picture we're looking at was taken on the 4th of May at 19 minutes past 2. 24-second exposure. The first thing you can notice is really how purple, and yeah, it shouldn't really be like that. We can see our moon that's covered in clouds here. I'm sure they're clouds. And we can see there's a line just here. Really doesn't make any sense. Is that the fault of the camera? Again and again we've seen this. I've shown it. I actually posted a picture on a community page. Here it is. Northeast 32 degrees, 27th of April. The time on the picture is 21:58, and as you can see, if you look very, very closely, we have this jigsaw effect going on in the sky. Why is this actually being caused? Is this a fault of the camera? And this is a 32-second picture. Well, the exposure is 32 seconds. Let me just show you. Just down here, all the information you need is just there for you to see. Really, it shouldn't be like that, because it's a long exposure, nothing more, nothing less. How is it at all possible that that is there in the sky? And that's exactly where it stops. It doesn't go any further. It doesn't go into the field, as you can see here. But, yet again, time after time, I've started to get this. Here's where the strangeness really does start. But before we look at that, I need to show you a picture that goes along with the last picture you just seen. So actually going back to this picture very, very quickly, what I actually did was turn the camera around and let's have a look at what we get to see. Let's grab the details and put it up on the screen so everybody can see. and you can see the dimensions and width and height of the picture. You can actually see what type of camera it is, and you can see that we're looking at a 32-second exposure. We can see what the time and date is. It's the 4th of May 2020, 2:22 at, well, in the morning, at night, whatever you like to call it. You can say that these are street lights. All our street lights, or 99% of them in the UK, are now white, not yellow or orange. What is going on with the sky? Why is it looking like that? And yet again, where the moon is, which is this direction, and we're looking approximately east, 110 degrees, just about there, I do believe, we've got this mosaic jigsaw effect in the sky. For me, nothing wrong at all. Really shouldn't be getting this effect in the sky. When I took the picture, it was extremely hard to see anything because it was so dark. 32 seconds exposure time brings something out that, for me, well, of course, it's just a faulty camera. It looks like a Dalmatian in the sky. Our moon is this direction, and we're getting this effect where the moon is just about here. Before we actually look at the picture, let's have a look at the details. As we can see, 2nd of May, and the time is 23:38. All the details appear in front of us, and we can see the f-stop is f2.2, exposure time is 32 seconds, ISO speed is 250, exposure bias is 0 step, focal length is 4mm, max aperture is 2.27, metering mode is pattern, flash mode there is none. Many people I've shown this picture to have all come to the same conclusion. It definitely doesn't look natural. Let's have a look. And at first glance everything looks normal. We have that haze in the background. Oh, those lovely clouds. But if we take more careful inspection, there looks like there is something around our moon. This was a half moon, by the way, not a full moon. And the first thing that strikes me, apart from this jigsaw piece in the sky, is there looks like there's a triangle there. There are a number of dots, as you can see, scattered around the picture. One thing I've noticed about these dots, because it's a long exposure, it looks like they're moving, as you can see there. Either up or down, not rightly too sure. I've caught these in the past, and I made a video about that. I'll leave links to that in the description box down below. Street lamps in the universe or solar system, whatever it might be, very, very strange. But this picture in itself is definitely strange. What we're going to do is stick this in like a Photoshop. We're going to use GIMP, and we're going to have a look to see what's going on. We're inside GIMP version 2.8, and the first thing I want to do is have a look at the histogram. Anybody that knows about photoshopping can tell straight away that this picture is untouched, because whatever we do here will relate over here. And I'd like to thank John C for sorting something out, because when I took this picture I was at work. I asked him if he could put the equalize filter on, which we've used many different times, and it just brings the picture out a lot better. And as you can see, the picture's now changed, so has the histogram. Let's get rid of that. Let's zoom this in to 25%, and now what I would like to do is decrease the brightness and increase the contrast and bring out a lot more definition. And as you can see here, there is a lot going on. We've got these lovely clouds in the background, but also we can see that we've got these objects here. Are these stars? They appear to be moving. I don't think you're going to get to see anything behind that soup that's in the sky. There is something definitely there that doesn't look natural. Are we looking at technology in front of our moon? Now that wouldn't be possible now. Let's just zoom it out a little bit so we can get to see the full picture. And yeah, the equalize filter really doesn't do anything. It doesn't put anything in, it doesn't take anything out. It just brings everything to the same sort of level. But there is definitely something not quite right there. I think you can agree. What is that and that? It definitely doesn't look natural, and it certainly isn't part of these lovely clouds in the sky. Lots and lots of triangles going on. I think you can agree. There is something not quite right. Technology in our sky? No, don't be silly. Not at all. Not at all. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, maybe 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, there's just too many to be a coincidence, isn't there? So really, here's the question: has this actually happened again? So the 5th of May 2020, 19 minutes past the hour of 12 in the morning. Not in the afternoon, in the morning, 0:19. Let's have a look at the details. 32-second exposure, as you can see there. All the details are in front of you. And look at what actually happened. Yes, we got a lens flare here. Very, very strange lens flare. And it looks like our sun, but it is our moon. And there is a dot there, and there seems to be another dot there, and a dot there, and a dot there. They look like triangles. I'm sure that is a natural thing to be in the sky, and we've got this jigsaw effect yet again. So what I did, I actually moved the camera up just in case it was reflecting off the top of that. Yes, and what do we get? Exactly the same thing going on. Is this just a coincidence? We can actually see some stars going on in the background here. 32-second exposure yet again. And let's just move this over here. All the details yet again in front of you. Why are we getting this effect? It's just a faulty camera, I'm sure. Nothing more. Right, let's get on with the last picture, because this video has gone on long enough and I'm sure you've had enough of me whittling on. 4th of May 2020, 1 minute past the hour of 4 in the morning. All the details are right in front of you. 32-second exposure. As you can see, there is nothing wrong with this picture well, unless you talk about what's in the sky, of course. And then we get to see this. Our moon is starting to set. It's turned a lovely orange colour, and it's got this around the outside. Is the technology in our skies? That's for you to decide. I mean, really, we shouldn't be looking at this. Red, orange, white. We've got this jigsaw piece around the outside. Technology, or is it just a faulty camera? I mean, you've got to make your own minds up. Anyway, the strangeness continues, doesn't it? Much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.